Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss the issues people are having with sugar mold, whiskey fungus, or whatever you want to call it. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Lenny Eckstein, Evan Van Scoik, and Kathy Poole.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Yo. Hello. So, yes, we're going to be talking about, when in the past it's been called sugar mold, makes it sound kind of nice. And then they're calling it, whiskey fungus, sounds a little bit worse. And then now they're calling it, devil's fungus and stuff like, because you got angel share leading to devil's fungus. We'll talk about, what's going on and why it's becoming yet another thing in the news. But we'll get to that after the break. For right now, Kathy said there's something you want to talk about. What is that, Kathy?
So speaking of sugar, I read an article recently that an Englishman broke into an industrial park to steal 38,000 Cadbury eggs. 38,000 Cadbury eggs. I don't know what the secondary market is on Cadbury eggs, but if you could have 38,000 pieces of a single candy, what candy are you going to have 38,000 pieces of?
So I hope everyone heard what she said. It's not, the question isn't whether you would have 38,000. It's what one would you have if you had it? Because some people will be like, well, I would never, let's play the game. And then we have to answer what would be the one we would get if we had 38,000 of a single sort of candy. It wouldn't be Cadbury eggs. That I can assure you. I do not like those. That's something like my mom likes. She likes the worst. She likes the Peeps and the Cadbury eggs, which I think are terrible.
Oh, my mom loves those pieces of marshmallow on Easter with the thin, crappy chocolate around it.
Uh-huh.
And it's shaped like, oh God, they're so bad.
Yeah, what's
it's like marshmallow and
yeah, those are ungood.
Almost like carob chocolate. It's ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, if I had to have 38,000 of one type of candy, I think I'd just go the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I think it's something that I always like. You can use it for different things and desserts and things like that as well. It's a little bit flexible. Probably even in some cocktails would use that. So I'm going to go for that just for the utilitarian purpose of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. So that's going to be my answer. That's what I'm locking in.
Solid answer. I'm going to go with Mr. Good Bar. But not the full-size bars. I want the mini ones, like just the mini ones. 38,000 of those. I'm going to be so happy.
And that's just chocolate with peanuts in it?
Yeah,
yes.
They're perfect.
I do like a good Mr. Good Bar. Those are good. I like those. Big fan. Yes. Yeah. Simple.
Yes.
Lenny, Mr. Healthy. I wonder what he's going to have.
I'm contemplating this one. I think mine's kind of boring. I mean, for the first thing that comes to mind, I got to say, is like longevity, but let's just put that on the side because obviously a Mr. Good Bar, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, by the time you get anywhere near them, they're going to be disgusting.
Right.
True.
What do you think, like Lick-O-Made? Those classic treats from when we were a kid? Those will last a while.
No, while I don't indulge in Cadbury cream eggs or Peeps or Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Actually, I hate peanut butter. I do snack on a piece
What
of
vegan hates
dark
peanut
chocolate
butter?
every night. I'm not vegan. I would usually like at least 85% dark chocolate, but I'll go as low as 72%. So I'd take a stack of 32,000 relatively dark chocolate bars.
Okay, dark
Take me a
chocolate
long
bars.
time to get through them at
Yeah.
squares and
Well, you can share them too. You can share them. You can sell some at your store. Yeah, there's a whole thing.
super tangent, but if I had 38,000 Cadbury cream eggs that I bought from this guy who stole them, I feel like there's got to be a way to ferment and ultimately distill that.
Oh,
Would
Well,
it be
you're probably
rum?
right. You're probably
Well,
right.
you can make vodka out of anything.
Well,
It's got sugar, so I mean it ferments. That much we know. That much we
so it's
know.
a rum product.
There you go. There you go. All right, Evan.
All right. Well, you took my answer with Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, so I'm going to come up with a different one. Now, Lenny, I thought you were going with longevity if it would count with Twinkies
Yeah, good
because
call.
they'd like survive anything.
That's not
But I
candy.
do, right. So
That's
I
a
wouldn't have
baked item.
classified them as candy. So
Fluffy candy.
my second choice was going to be Snickers.
Okay.
Snickers is a good one. It's a classic.
Yeah.
It is one that could substitute as a meal in a pinch. You feel there's some substance there that
Sure.
you do feel
Think of all
kind
the
of
food groups you've got
satisfied.
there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's all covered. It's all there.
You're not new when you're hungry. Have a
Yeah.
Snickers.
Yeah. Okay.
And
All right.
about never having to buy Halloween candy again. I'm going to be handing the same thing out every year until I die.
It's going to be the Mr. Goodbar house.
Mr.
Yeah.
Goodbar. Yeah. There she
So
is.
you will want full size.
Yeah, then I'm going to have to get the full size for the trick-or-treaters. Damn. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Kathy, you asked the question. What's your answer?
I love M&Ms.
Mm.
The plain ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Plain M&Ms.
No.
Those are
They're
actually
third
quite-
place. They're third place.
And
The
they have like
peanut-
a built-in like
Place.
biogenic.
Peanut butter one is number one, then the peanut is number two, and then the plain M&M is number three. They actually fall
way.
number three. Yeah. Oh yeah.
What about the caramel?
That's
You
fact.
don't like the caramel?
That's fourth. That's fourth. Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like the correct order to me.
Yeah.
I'm full agreement.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, I disagree. I hate the peanut butter ones. So I'm going to go peanut first, plain. And those are the only two I like. I don't like the other
The
variations.
caramel ones are good. You need to try that if you
Yeah, I
haven't.
love the caramel ones. I
There
used
are a
to
lot
have
of bad
box
ones
of-
these days. Like the Rice Krispie ones, they're terrible.
Oh.
Terrible. They should be ashamed. Why
They
do they do
always
that?
were selling boxes of M&Ms in high school for fundraisers. And so I had a box of peanut M&Ms for breakfast every day my senior year.
Well, you were helping a good cause. I mean,
Sure.
yeah. That was a fundraiser. Yeah. Helping the band or whatever the hell it was. So,
Whatever it was.
Congratulations on that. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. What a good person you are. So,
I
on
know,
that
right? I'm a giver.
it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Kathy, who threw out such a great question for us. Kathy,
Okay.
what do you got?
I'm going to open up my Hidden Barn small batch.
Hidden Barn small batch. Okay. Okay. Decent. Decent. Very, very well may be enough. We'll see. We'll see if that holds up. McNew, you're next.
So I have a limousine rye that I did not break the cork on. This one should work. But no
Not
sound.
enough there. Not enough to pass Kathy. Kathy has the lead. Evan, you're next.
All right, I'm going to grab a bottle of Old Forester Barrel Strength.
Okay. Okay. No, Kathy has the lead. I'll go next. I've got an interesting one here. I got Monk's Road, but I broke the cork on this, and I had to change it out. It's got an Eagle Rare cork in it. So this could be, you guys could call, throw a penalty flag if I win this, but we'll see what happens. No, I'm not going to win it. Kathy still has the lead. Lenny, you're next.
I've got a weird one. It's an Erlenmeyer flask of the most recent Deer Hammer rye blend that I've been working on.
Ooh.
Oh,
5 barrels,
that looks
ranging
cool.
from the oldest 6-year, the youngest 3-year.
Color is gorgeous.
I did put a cork in it.
It's
I
in
like
a
that.
beaker. It's in a beaker. It looks like a science.
Is it a beaker? I think it's I don't know. I'm no
I would
chemistry.
call it a beaker, but I feel it's
I'd
fine.
call it a beaker.
Well, I'll still call it an Erlenmeyer flask. Nothing.
Desk.
You hit the desk. He tried by cheating. Yeah. Oh, here comes my cork pop.
I'm not claiming like I won.
Oh, here it is. Oh, here we go. Oh, there. Oh, that was a good one.
I didn't say it was a good one.
Kathy wins. It does hold up. Cheers.
Cheers to me.
Here's
Cheers.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about sugar mold. People are getting angry. Would we be angry if this happened to us? We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Denny Kennard, and my altar drinking Edo is Freddie Miller. I'll drink to that.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about sugar mold and its issues residences have with it.
Yes, we are. So sugar mold, again, is an offshoot of being near a distillery. The vapors enter the air that have sugar in it. There's lands on stuff then, and then stuff comes in and eats it and turns this black mold appears. And you see it on, most commonly when you're driving through Kentucky on, on the warehouses. It's actually kind of a cool, iconic look to it. And you'll see it on the trees when you go to distilleries and stuff like that. But that's all pretty cool, actually. It gives you the feel of being at the distillery and this historic thing. But that being said, if you live near a distillery, when it ends up on your cars and on your house and your siding and, your air conditioner and all that kind of stuff, it's not so fun. And you can say, well, you bought that house, that, like the one that's really in the crosshairs right now is Jack Daniels, and they've been around forever. That's on you but it also happens when they build warehouses, and they're building warehouses continuously, and it's not necessarily within the range of where the distillery is. They're expanding out and in different areas. Now, it does have to get approved and things like that, so it's not like they're just secretly just building warehouses. It's got to go through whatever the community does to approve it. But as then whiskey goes into those warehouses and sugar mold begins appearing on people's houses who aren't necessarily living right by the distillery, they get angry. And I don't know, what do you guys think about that? Would this be something that would concern you, or would you just be like, well, no, I just got to get someone out here to clean this up once a year, or I got to invest myself in, a system to clean this up?
My first question is does it smell like the inside of a rick house? Like, is it the fungus that makes that wonderful smell?
It's not the fungus. No, it's
So it
the
doesn't
actual
smell like-
vapors itself. Yeah,
Okay.
you're not gonna. I mean, I'm sure right by the warehouses it does, but no, not by the time it dissipates out. You're not necessarily smelling like whiskey around all these places. It just gets in the air and lands on things, and then the fungus takes over and turns it that black mold.
You know, we're kind of talking though in the sense of, you know, when any distillery wants to expand and is planning or trying to get permitting to put a new rick house in an area that doesn't already have them, right? We know
Right.
people complain about it anyway,
Right.
but it's an interesting concept to your point, Steve, that like, what if you have a house, there's nothing around that causes black mold to grow all over your house. You have a nice white house and the local municipality says, sure, we'll approve that permit. And within a year or 3 years, you start to see this creeping up on your house. That does kind of suck. And I feel like if another industry had, you know, in the bizarro world, a similar thing, like, I don't know, like a soda canning plant caused black mold, you know, people would be like, absolutely not. There's no way. There's just this precedent of sorts that says, wow, this is what we do though. And we get black mold on everything and it's pretty cool.
Right.
I get why people are a little ticked.
Audience, you didn't hear that because I've hopefully smart enough to have cut that out of the show.
God.
That was bad. That's also a first. So
That sounded just like something with water exploded everywhere.
I feel like it's very edit outable.
yeah, oh yeah. If I remember to do so, yes. It's
Okay.
not. That's not a problem. I can just cut that. But yes.
Well, whether you do or not remember, this might or might not be in there. You want to wait for Kathy to come back? You do want me to keep?
no, she'll try dialing back in, and we'll catch her in a second. So
Okay.
go ahead. You were
But-
talking a
well,
little about
One other thought that kind of crossed my mind is now you certainly can't ask a homeowner, a business owner, or anyone who's not stoked on the eventuality of black mold growing all over their stuff, but stop building white houses, start building black houses.
Okay.
And hey,
Sure.
big distilleries, come up with a solution. Like, you know, I don't know, take corner the stolen catalytic converter market and start filtering your vapor output, or come up with a coating or offer something. You know, I feel like it's kind of on them a little at this point as they're growing massive.
Yeah, it feels like if this is an issue, and especially when you're expanding into other areas, obviously there's a lot of tax revenue generated. Doesn't it feel like some of that generated tax revenue should be set aside for just kind of a rolling, place that they go around and by request, the people that live within the zone that's going to get that black mold can have their house cleaned once a year for free or something like that.
Power
Yeah.
washer, courtesy
That's
of
what I was gonna
Jack
say,
Daniels.
Steve. So, like, yes, you can build this, but whatever mile radius, all the houses in those neighborhoods, you come in once a year, you power wash everything off. I think that's a fair compromise. I really
And
do.
the
I think it
Case
is
of-
too.
And a case of booze.
Right.
Sure.
And a case of booze.
Free whiskey,
Yes.
and you're gonna power wash my house for me. I am in. Build all the rick houses you want.
Yeah, I don't know if the tax revenue can go towards it. Like in Kentucky anyway, doesn't the state barrel tax go to fund their school district? I feel like that's a hard takeaway to say we're going to pull it from the school district and put it to power washing people's
Well,
houses.
I don't know. Not necessarily, because anything can be negotiated. If you say,
Yeah.
and there's a set percent, and you say that's fine, and then because you want to go into this area was not zoned for this, on top of that, you have to put X amount away that then goes into a fund that is used to power wash. I think it could be done, I think because people are being impacted. I mean, I think it would be smart that the distilleries would want to do it too, because what's going to happen? These people are going to, at some point, band together and litigate, and there'll be some lawyer where it gets big enough. Some lawyer is going to create a class action lawsuit. It's going to cost those distilleries, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars to defend that.
Yeah.
It seems like be proactive and create something that stops that from getting out of hand.
Yeah,
Here's
you want to get out ahead of that.
Yeah.
So here's another thing. It's harmless, right? Like, it's not hurting anything. It's not like it's real black mold making people sick. Like, it just looks ugly if you don't like it.
Correct.
Like,
That's what the science tells us, right? You never know about these things, of course, but
Yeah.
I would assume we've had enough time because we've been making whiskey for a long time, and there's never been any indicator that this is, causes humans ill or
I
anything.
do
like
want
that.
to bring up though that
Yes.
on the show The Last of Us, The fungus is what creates the zombies.
So there you go.
Whiskey zombies, fun.
Whiskey zombies. Yeah.
They're going to be way more fun than regular zombies.
This is true.
They go in droves to the distillery.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It feels like we might have figured out how to do this. I think. Right? I mean,
I agree. I think the distilleries should work towards, putting that positive image out. If they're the ones impacting the environment, they can get ahead of the game and be the proactive ones instead of letting the community come at them,
right.
being that community partner and being like, we understand, we hear you, let us help be part of the solution.
Yeah, and what I read from Jack Daniels is that they had an area where I think they were going to put 4 rick houses, but now it's 11.
Yeah.
And they're wanting filtration systems installed. And I don't know what would a filtration system even do?
I don't know.
Well,
I wouldn't know how that would work. Yeah. I mean,
it's just going to pump the air out into the air. I don't think that would help.
I mean,
And
I would
Jack
think
said no way, by the way.
there's got to be a solution. It just might not be something that would fit into a traditional rickhouse design that is, by nature pretty breathable. Like it's not like a tight ship of sealed up.
it just seems like, I mean, you think about a rick house, it's just pretty much just a skin with ricks inside of it. And that's very purposeful. A lot of times you don't even have electric in these things because so to put a filtration system on there, how do you do that without potentially causing fires and explosions? And I don't know. It seems to me that the best money would be how do we work to help clean this up every year? And as opposed to trying to do something like that, and then you got to retrofit all these existing ones and all. I mean, it sounds like a nightmare to try to filter.
I don't think you can abate it in any way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So.
it would be interesting if a precedent is set where a municipality or whatever rural district, shuts down the application. They're like, nope, we're not going to do it. We have heard too many complaints. It's a no.
Right.
What does that mean for any other future expansion potentially?
Yeah.
I think that'll be something to keep an eye on. I doubt that'll happen.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, I don't think anybody's going to say, no, we don't want a distillery here because of the money it brings to like the county, the state and everything. So I don't think they're going to say, no, we don't want to build this, but
But it doesn't bring that much, right? We're talking about just rickhouse expansions, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if those are looking for new rural districts to pop up in, it could get shut down.
Oh, that's true.
But any revenue it generates, you're talking about maybe going in areas where there's not necessarily business. What they need is space. They need, so it's not like it's overwhelmed with business there because they have open space where they can build rickhouse. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're getting a bunch of like warehouses like closer and closer to us. I would rather look at a rick house all day, any day than a freaking Amazon warehouse. So, they'll find a way to make it work.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it is cool when you're driving around Kentucky and those rick houses dot the landscape. I mean, it's pretty awesome, really. Yeah. It's
Beautiful.
Definitely not an eyesore. So yeah, fun stuff. On that note, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we're starting with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at KKCaskStrength.
All right, Evan.
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Wit Wisdom Whiskey.
All right, Lenny.
You can find me and the rest of Deerhammer on social media at Deerhammer, on the web at deerhammer.com. And you can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
All
No
right.
black mold here.
No black mold, no. McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Please come by and see us at the ABV Barrel Shop, where we're slinging single barrels. Check us out at abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Fardians will have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the Hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.